Yo, what is going on, people? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just a quick little stream. Not going to stay on too long because I do have the OOC next. But there's a few things that I just wanted to react to because I'm seeing like all this news popping up, and the only time I'm probably ever going to get to talk about it is like next week or something like that. So I'm like, you know what? Trailers dropped. Um, Fantastic forecasting dropped. So I was like, you know what? Let me just talk about this stuff for a minute. My original plan was to talk about a quick talk about the Pandaverse stuff that happened, that little show, South Park show, right? But I'll get to that another time. Personally, I'm not a fan of South Park anymore. Didn't think it was that funny. Um, but I'll discuss some of that when I talk about it next time. Definitely. Ooh, excuse me. Gonna have to change the thumbnail for this one because there's some other things to talk about. But Elihu said, "What if being a multiple episode event is another way of saying F you to YouTubers who do weekly breakdowns and Easter eggs? Haven't heard any say they're getting advanced copies of episodes. They are constantly asking for screeners explaining it would help promote. Well, shit. Give me a couple of fucking screeners, hands down. Like I'm hey Marvel, DC, any studios, you want to send me some screeners to your movies, no problem, you know what I mean? But obviously I'm not big enough, you know what I mean? Like my little subscriber base doesn't even touch some of these other YouTubers that would get it. Trying to get up there, but if I don't, I don't. If I do, I do. So all for fun anyways, you know what I'm saying? um So the first thing that I had to talk about, and I wanted to discuss real quick, because people on Twitter like are losing their minds over this, right? And I had to ask, like, I was talking to Mark with a C, and I had to ask him, like, is there a reason why people are hating this casting so far? Um, because I don't think this Pedro Pascal guy is a bad actor. I don't think he's horrible. I don't think he's great either. But I'm just like, why is there this backlash to him being Reed Richards, right? So the article basically says Marvel's Fantastic Four movie cast Last of Us and Mandalorian star Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Um, so Game of Thrones, The Mandalorian, the DC Universe, The Last of Us, and now Marvel. Pedro Pascal continues to establish himself as one of the permanent franchise actors of the 21st century after much speculation, wondering, fan casting, and impatience. Word has come out, and film sources can confirm that Pascal will be starring as Reed Richards, also known as Mr. Fantastic, in the next upcoming Fantastic Four reboot set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What up, David? What's going on? I don't see a problem. Okay, I'm willing to give it a shot, right? I remember when Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, everybody lost their minds. So I'm seeing the same thing, and I find people are always like, you know, they don't like it, it's not good, they don't like it, they don't like it. Why don't we just wait and see what happens before we start judging and saying it's a bad casting, you know? Um, who was the guy that played, what was his name? Krasinski or whatever, the one that played Mr. Fantastic in Multiverse of Madness? I'd have been okay if they kept him too. I mean, I didn't think he was a bad choice, but a lot of people don't like him either for whatever reason. But I didn't think he was a bad choice. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Pascal is a bad choice, but I don't know. We'll see. I know Mark said it wasn't had nothing to do with him personal. It's just that he's everywhere now, and he would have liked to see someone new take the role. Yeah, I can understand that. You know what I mean? But at this point, I think Marvel is really not. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second, Eli. I see your comment there. Um, Marvel's in I guess you would say in perils right now, right? You got the Kang stuff, the Jonathan Major stuff. You got their movies not making so much money. So I'm thinking having a big name on there is probably something that basically helps. Yeah, David says screams desperation. So let's see here. David said, "Hey, Anzo." Eli said, "Pedro is Hispanic. Reed Richards is white. It's some of what I've been hearing." Oh, you see, I haven't even heard that yet. Which, and I know he's not white, right? I know that, but I haven't heard that yet. But I'm sure the usual suspects will continue and say, you know what I mean? But it's funny, and I'm not gonna say anything until I hear, but it's just funny. If he was black, you would that's the uproar you would have heard. Like Eli said, he's seen a lot of the I never seen those tweets yet, surprisingly enough. You know what I mean? But had he have been a black man, oh, they would have lost their minds, right? I guess he looks white. Is that the reason? I don't know. I really can't tell you. But at the end of the day, um, I think personally we should just wait and see what type of performance he does, So Pedro is a fantastic actor. Yeah, he's not bad for real. He's really not bad. Pedro Pascal as Richards, not the best choice, but wouldn't be the first surprise. Okay, so I personally don't do the fan casting thing, right? Because to me, it's like other than Robert Downey Jr., like he's the only one that I've ever seen as Iron Man, right? When you read the Iron Man comics and stuff, it looks like Robert Downey Jr. So he's the only one that I really said, yeah, that looks like, you know what I mean? He should be the one to play Iron Man. But when it comes to fan casting, I'm not good at that. Like, they're like, hey, who do you think should play it? I don't know. I have ideas of who I think. Like, for example, I was watching The Boys the other day, and I was like, would Mother Milk make a good Luke Cage? Now I know you guys saying, "Oh, he's not dark enough." I get it. Luke Cage has to be a dark man, but I don't really think he has to be a dark man just as long as he's of our complexion. So I'm like, Mother Milk might not be too bad um as Luke Cage. We all know who my real choice is, right? It would be Mac from Agents of Shield. He would be my ideal choice to play Luke Cage. I get it. Again, he's not dark enough to some people, but the way he acted in Agents of Shield, I was like, man, this guy could really pull off a Luke Cage, especially if they do some of the comic books in the story, where he has that anger in him. Yeah, I think he would. I think he would kill it. Trust me. The only bad thing Pedro Pascal did was to have a trimmed mustache under his Mandalorian helmet. Um, he was in something that I didn't like. I'm just slipping my mind right now. I'm still on the fence with Batfleck. Wait, how? How are you still on the fence with that? Like he was the best Batman. Let's he was the best Batman, hands down. Michael Keaton's number two, and Ben Affleck is number one. That's for sure. And don't even get me started on Christian Bale. We already know that I would sooner take fucking Val Kilmer or fucking George Clooney before. That's why in the Flash movie, if it had been Christian Bale that came out, oh, I would have. That movie would have been. No, no, sir, no, sir. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Not all variants look the same. Look at Loki TV show Spider Man. Yeah, no, I know they don't all look the same, and I don't have an issue with that, right? I also don't have an issue with them of using John Krasinski, as his name is. I wouldn't have an issue with them using him, but I understand that. Yeah, not all variants look the same. I'm okay with this casting as well. We'll see. Again, I think they have a picture of the Sue, Ben, and Storm too, but I don't know if those ones are 100% confirmed. So I'm gonna leave those ones alone for now. I'm not exactly sure. Screams desperation. What If looks fire. Hey, listen, Jason. I liked the first season of What If, and I think the second trailer looks pretty good too. I didn't see the whole thing because I was at work when I was trying to watch it, and I couldn't really pay attention to what was going on. But I'm gonna definitely check it out. We're gonna review that, and I'm also gonna, because the Madam Web one, oh, that looked ass. Hey, Dewan, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for popping in. This is just going to be a quick stream. Just wanted to talk about a few things and then get ready for the OOC. So, wouldn't be my first choice coming from a Latino. Well, you were. I don't care. I don't care about a Latino. I don't care if it was black. I don't care if it was Asian. I think you get the best person for the part, right? And again, I'll have to go back to one of my conversations with Director X, where he pretty much said, like, it wasn't a plan to cast the show the way it was cast. It's just some actors came in and they killed it and they seen them as different roles. I think that goes to the same way with sometimes with Hollywood. That I get it. There are times where there's the agenda, clear, flat out agenda. But I also believe that sometimes they pick the best actor for the role. For Jonathan Majors as Kang, I honestly believe they picked the best actor for the show. My son texted me the other day because he just finished watching Loki season one, right? Surprisingly enough, uh, and he was like, I'm not watching Loki. And he messaged me and was like, yo, Loki was the best MCU TV show. He loves it, right? And then he messaged me again because I was, me, I'm always, Jonathan Majors, Jonathan Majors. And he messaged me today and he's like, you were right. Jonathan Majors is killing it. He's really good. He said each variant that he does seems different from the other one, right? And you have to be a fucking good ass actor. I'm not saying no one else can do it, right? Obviously not. But you have to be a good ass actor to be able to portray three, four, five different characters who look the same but all act differently. It's crazy. Gotta go. Class is starting later. Weirdo. Take care, Eli. Have a good one, man. Saw What If season two trailer. Yep, gonna be talking about that. Um, it's not him being a bad actor. We're getting oversaturated with him. Well, that's what Mark told me, right? When I asked him, because I wasn't trying to like be a dick or anything. I really asked him, I'm like, yo, why? Because he messaged it too. And I seen Lorena Curl, she was like, no, thank you. And I've seen other people saying no. So I had to ask him, like, what's the real issue here, right? Why doesn't nobody want to see him? Is it because they don't think he's a good actor? And he said it was because he's saturated, right? Because he's saturated. But for me, I'm a fan of Jonathan Majors, so fucking saturate him. You know what I mean? Put him in everything. I don't care. I'll watch whatever he's in. To be honest with you, So if it's an actor that I like, I don't care about seeing him. You know what I mean? I really don't. I think we can take advantage of him while he's on top. Again, I'm not gonna. I watched Last of Us, right? And I don't really play the game, but I really liked the show, and I liked him in the show. I thought he was good. So I'm trying to picture him cleaned up as a smart Reed Richards. I think he could do it. I think he could do it. Mother Milk could have made a great Luke Cage. See, that's what I'm saying, right? I'm watching The Boys the other day, and I'm just looking at him like, I think he would have to, get like he's big, right? But I think he'd have to get cut. You know what I mean? Like be like muscle bound. Like, and I know the fucking Netflix Luke Cage wasn't really cut like that, but I just didn't like him as Luke Cage. Like, yes, he was dark, but I just didn't think his acting was good. I just don't like him. I don't like him. And I watch other movies that he's in because I watched, which one was it? And he's a drug dealer in it. Oh, the cop one with Tyrese, the female cop one and Tyrese, and he's the bad guy in it. And I'm like, he's not too bad, right? But I mean, if it's one role we can play, is the bad man role. You know what I mean? Like, there's not. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to be like. I just don't think there's not one black man that can't play that role, because when you grow up certain ways, you have to, even if you're not that way, you have to pretend to be that way. So I think that's one role that we can all play, is like, bad man, screw face, and them kind of ways. So, hey, Anzo, how's it going today? Not too bad, man. Can't complain. So, do you think Carl Urban should play Johnny Cage? Absolutely fucking not. No, 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 no. I will give it a chance because it's Mortal Kombat. But you see, Mortal Kombat for me is already ruined with fucking Cole Young. Oh, all right, Perp. I'm gonna link you. Sorry, I just seen that. Not Perp. Chill. Jesus. I'm gonna link you. Cool. It's there. So I think for me, Cole Young ruins Mortal Kombat, like, no matter what you do with it. Give me the fucking wickedest fucking fight scenes and all kinds of shit. As long as Cole Young is in there, I'm gonna hate it. I'm just telling you, I'm gonna hate it. Anik Jones said, I don't understand Marvel. They pay people millions for ideas, and this is what they come up with. Common sense would tell them to get an unknown actor, meaning less money to pay. Also, Pedro is old. I don't see a problem with what you said there. I really don't. Um, if you're going to do or pay these actors to be in multiple movies where the chances are, now I know they said that they're not gonna do like the 10-year stretch. I think it'll be 5 years, right? For a phase instead of 10. That's still 5 years you're signing them up for. And then maybe if it goes good, you may sign them up for another 5 years, right? So that's 10 years of playing this character. I do think you should go younger, right? With the X-Men, I think they need to go younger. I really do. I would love to see certain actors come back and maybe play Xavier or Magneto. But I'm like, if you're gonna have this 10-year run or however long you plan to have it, I think you really gotta go younger. I really think you gotta go younger. So I don't know. I guess that this Reed Richards will be older. He will, which means how old will Sue Storm be, right? She'll have to be around the same age. I sent it, Chill. I sent it. You're still there. Oh wait, what the hell? Try again. Sorry. There you go. It didn't go through for some reason. Um, but yeah, I think you definitely got to go younger. If you're gonna go this long. So, and this, listen, for me, because I know I say here, I think Jonathan Majors is an okay actor. Jonathan Majors is an okay actor. Jonathan Majors is better than okay. Like, let's be real there. He's better than okay. What's up, Chill? What's going
What's
on,
going
brother?
on? What's going on? Um, Look, this casting news of Fantastic Four to me is like finally, because it was kind of getting annoying seeing the speculation of who it's going to be. Because
Hmm.
honestly, Heath Ledger, that was a big surprise. Oh my god! And he executed
Yeah.
every casting. They got to perform. They're called actors. Robert Pattinson was the guy from Twilight. I didn't really mind his younger Batman. I wish it was more bulky, but that's not due
Hmm.
to his acting, right?
Right.
We can't. So Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal. All right, that's it. Finished.
Right.
Now no more talking.
Vanessa Kirby is the one from Ahsoka, right?
She was from Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. From Hobbs and Shaws. Okay, yeah, yeah. For some reason, she kind of looked like the girl from Ahsoka when I seen the picture, but then I'm like, yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. That's where I know from.
Yeah.
Okay, she was good. She had that little fight scene with The Rock. You know what I mean?
She kissed him in the car.
Yeah, yeah. She could
So,
work.
but she's British, so she's gonna be changing her accent, which I feel like when you take your voice and make another accent, you're acting like you're really
Hmm.
performing. You're not yourself. You're doing it's like a luchador who wears his mask. He's really out there, another persona.
100%. I agree with you. That's why I say Jonathan Majors is so good because if you watch all the different versions of Kang he's playing, they all different. My son messaged me today and he was like, "Yo, Jonathan Majors is killing it," you know. So I'm like, "Yeah, man." And I think I don't understand why people were all upset with the casting, but I'm like, I'll give him a chance.
I guess because there was decisions. Everyone wanted Adam Driver or John Krasinski, and there was camps. And then this happened. This news happens. People are upset. I'm just like, good riddance. Now, here's the thing with Pedro Pascal. He's from Chile, right?
Hmm.
I am very into the diverse castings, but no, wait, hold on, Hanzo, hold on. Give me a
I'm
second.
listening. I'm listening.
I care more about skin, like melanin. I don't care that they speak Spanish and they're therefore a different group. Like they're another category. They're called Latino. But like if your skin is white or not white, you know what I mean, like beige, the cream.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
then what the fuck? Like, sorry to swear, but like yeah, you're Reed
That's
Richards.
fair.
You look like Reed Richards, skin tone at least. So I don't really have a fuss over this. Now, of course, I would prefer accuracy of some guy from New York who's got a longer face. If anything, I'm more mad that his face isn't long. His face is like roundy.
Hmm.
That's all.
So okay, so him being Spanish doesn't bother you because he is a little bit darker than the regular
Yeah,
so-called pasty white one. You know what I mean?
he's off
He-
white
a little bit, yeah. No, as long as he's not mulatto.
as long as he's not mulatto.
Well, because I'm saying that's a little bit. It's not black, but it's like right in between. So what if he was mulatto?
No, he's got to stay out of the sun a month before he shoots, and we're good. They film this in the winter.
um, the other casting that I've seen, I don't have an issue with them too. And I think at the end of the day, Marvel just needs to put a good story behind these guys, right? If you want them to succeed, it has to be a good story. If it's not a good story, you're gonna have an issue, right? And then you're gonna have the people saying, "You see, you should have kept John Krasinski, or you should have did this,"
Oh
right?
yeah.
Hmm. So out of all things, the story has to be good. It has to be so good that no everyone will be like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? Because if not,
They're gonna say, "Why don't we get the old cast? We're getting the old cast for X-Men."
yeah, are we though?
Didn't you see Captain Marvel too?
Oh yeah, yeah. But you see me when it comes to the multiverse stuff, I don't think those are gonna be the X-Men that they bring in. You
Okay.
know what I mean? I think they're just like, fan service or whatever to show that they're out there. But I think when they actually cast the X-Men, they're gonna be. I think they have to be younger, right? You gotta go young. If you're gonna do like a 10-year stretch of X-Men, you gotta have younger actors. So I think.
But you're thinking logically, and they're a studio who just killed T'Challa. Like they don't think that way.
We couldn't get away from it, eh? Denzel Washington is a good actor to me. Just good. You know what? I've noticed when I watch Denzel Washington movies, he's more or less the same in every movie. I hate to say it because he's really good, but he more or less acts the same in every movie. Or
He's
am I
not
wrong?
Jonathan. You see, you just have a crush on Jonathan Majors, and you want to uplift Jonathan, so you have to take a shot at
No, no, no,
Denzel.
no, 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 no. I'm not. I still said Denzel Washington is fire. Don't get me wrong. The only role I think that was kind of different was Training. I mean, even Training Day was kind of. I don't know. Am I wrong?
He's authoritative. Maybe that's the roles he chooses,
It could be.
or he wants to
It
be the
could be
man, wants to be masculine.
because I was watching a Vlad TV where I think it was Ari Spears, and he was saying that Samuel Jackson is a better actor than Denzel Washington. And he's saying every role that Denzel Washington played, Samuel Jackson could play, but not every role Samuel Jackson played, Denzel could play.
Ooh, see, that's that thing that who Ari Spears was he
Hmm.
egged on or did Vlad ask that question to get like a little verses? Do you remember
Um,
that? Do you know what that reminds me of, Anzo? So okay,
what?
actually answer your
Yeah, go
question
ahead.
first. Answer your
No,
question.
no, I think he did ask the question. But I think like Eric, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
So Vlad asked the question, so that's strike one on him. It's already no, it's been strike three. But look, remember when Stephen A. Smith was asked about Rihanna's at the Super Bowl, and he said she's no Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like a problem where two people are just versus? It's a competition against each other. Like, well, that's not normal, bro. We can't just do that. So when we say that about Samuel L. Jackson, even if he may be like thinking about it competitively or not or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not saying like we can't do streams about tournaments of the best actor. I'm not saying we
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you mean.
But for
But
Vlad to just bring that up is not right.
yeah, yeah, to be like comparing them, like who's better, who do you think is better, and stuff like that. I agree with you because
I
they're both different and good in their own way. You know what I'm saying?
I
Go
want
ahead.
to see the comparisons for the Fantastic Four cast. There's gonna be I like the old I don't even remember his name. I like the old guy better than I liked Pedro. But
Mm-hmm.
Pedro
Mm-hmm.
is so phenomenal. Remember his character in Game of Thrones, and then he's got a character in Last of Us, which I'm not watching. But his Mandalorian, he just sounds like a whole nother guy. He's very versatile. When he does Fantastic Four, I'm gonna believe that I'm watching Reed Richards.
I agree. I agree because I've watched Last of Us and I thought it was pretty good. And I'm like, I'm watching him. I'm like, he's not bad, right? Now, if you go with the Wonder Woman shit, I can understand why people are like, oh my God. And you never watched Last of Us, or and I know most people watched his movies, right? So I'm not saying that that's why they're making that decision, but I'm just like, yeah, there's some bad performances. I think Wonder Woman was horrible, but I think in Last of Us too, he was good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hey man, I'm down for it. I'm down for it 100%. Another thing, why is Hollywood casting British people to play American actors? Aren't they taking jobs from America? Also, isn't Hollywood paying more money for dialect coaching? Um, I don't know if they're paying more money because I think some of these British actors they can do it themselves, right? The American accent. I mean, it's not really that hard if you practice, practice, and practice, you know?
And it's common in entertainment.
Yeah, 100%. Now, why they're because yeah, sometimes I watch some and I'm like, this guy's British? I didn't even know. Like, you know what I mean? Morgan from The Rockin' Dead, fucking Idris Elba. You got a lot of them out there. So I think again, they just the ones good ones for the job. I really think there's sometimes where they pick the best actor they think for the job. Like so.
You know that theatrical background that Vanessa Kirby does have helps.
Mm-hmm.
They love it. Jonathan Majors is also theatrical, and there you go. He gets a lot of roles because of it. You got to just lie on a resume. You got to just do one play and say that you were the theatrical experience.
100%. I'm down for it. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh my God, hate, hate, hate," because they do this all the time. Ben Affleck got so much hate, and he killed it. He was good. You know what I mean? We got a few people that were saying Jonathan Majors, but he's not supposed to be cast as Kang. You know what I mean? And then boom, he killed it. So
Well, it wasn't performance based. It was based on representation. If only 5-10% of castings go to a black actor, at least have that black actor play a character who will everlastingly look that way. And that's not what happens with Jonathan Majors as Kang. Instead, 20 years from now, we get a white guy again as Kang, and we go, what the hell? Michael Clark
and
Duncan was Kingpin. They went to Vincent D'Onofrio. So these are not changes, and we're not introducing anything helpful long term. However, the studio gets away with saying, we are being diverse this year, and next year we're being diverse too, because this mermaid or this other princess is going to be black, but it's supposed to be white. They get away with it, and you're falling for it, Anzo. I don't. Hey, you wrote me a Twitter thing, a Twitter reply, and you mentioned some other YouTubers. And if you mention another YouTuber, zoop, Chillmonger doesn't speak. Chillmonger keeps his mouth up because he doesn't want to be like part of that. But I
Mhm.
disagree still.
I mentioned another YouTuber. Shit, I don't remember what I tweeted to
I'll
you. but
say,
no, no, no. You can tell me later. Don't worry. Don't get into it
yeah,
because I
it's
know
not
you
that.
waited to. But okay. So you're correct. Maybe 10 years from now they will actually go back to having a white one, right?
Not
But if
maybe,
he's
not maybe. It is happening. It has
okay,
already happened in the
okay,
past.
let's say they do, right? Okay, I'm gonna go with you. They're going to do it. Okay, let's say they do, right? They're
Yeah,
gonna do it. You can still say, fuck, but Jonathan Majors was 10 times better as Kang than this guy,
yeah.
right? Not only that, um, us, the comic book fans, know this shit. The normies don't. So when they see recast as a white guy, their first is gonna be the black Kang, right? That's who they're gonna think of as Kang, is the black Kang. So 20 years from now, when they fucking recast it, they're gonna be like, hey, Kang's supposed to be black. Trust me. Because they
Yes,
don't read
people will
comics.
say that. People will say that.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
So
Anyways, my happiest news about these two castings are that they're both people of Caucasian descent, lighter skin tone, and I hope that Thing is as a white guy as well as a Human Torch, and then we can get the whole quadruple. And then you know what happens? They go, "We're not being black enough. We need a black character." And maybe they make a blue Marvel film. Maybe they'll make a I don't know, actually Blade film. We're waiting on that still.
you see, here's the thing. And I know you guys like, yo, because you have said it a couple times, right? Don't go watch these movies, right? Because you're supporting the race bending, right? That's what you're supporting, right?
Yeah, yeah, Little
But you
Mermaid. Yeah,
yeah, but you seem to think that if we don't go, they're gonna be like, oh, well, you know what? People don't want to see the race bending, so let's give them original characters. No, what they will say is
uh-huh.
people don't want to see black characters, so let's cut them off. And we'll go back to the days where we had movies and we weren't in even in like the fucking backgrounds.
Studios like Warner Brothers have it laid out that a percentage needs to be black. So that's not going away. Instead,
So,
the percentage will be fulfilled with actual black characters rather than the skin swapping ones.
so now I know we talk about this percentage stuff, right? How do you know that's true though?
I heard Michael B. Jordan talking about it when they initially introduced it. And maybe I should send you the link to the article to see what I'm saying, but it was really like what it sounds like. It says we got to meet this quota. Every casting, even behind the camera, we need to make sure that it's a diverse crew. There was a thing that Warner Brothers started in 2019, 2018-ish.
All right,
As
but you
you're
know why?
coughing a storm on the other
Yeah,
side, just
yeah, I had to mute. That shit hit me hard. But you see, the reason why they do that is because they weren't doing that. So you had movies with no black directors. You had black movies with no black directors.
yeah.
You had no black like prominent actors. So it's the same thing with the NFL and the NBA, right? They actually make you have to interview a black coach before you can choose who your coach is, right? And Jerry Jones got in trouble for that because when he picked Bill Parcells, he he didn't interview no black coaches, right? So I think the reason why they do that is because at one point they weren't getting any opportunities.
So I'm not surprised with Jerry Jones. You remember when Bill Belichick texted some guy, "Hey, congratulations on getting the job," and
Mm-hmm.
he's
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Before he even got the job, yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
exposed that policy. So the sports policy and the way that it works there, it's all I don't know performative. Really, if you know you're not going to hire the guy, you would show up to your interview and you'd be hungover and whatnot. So the sports thing I can't really support or get with. I'm not mad at it. It's somewhat of a solution, but I do like what you were saying is you're trying to be like this is a good way. This is how you counter the history. Yeah, sure. Have your percentages and make sure that you're never going under your percentages. But
Mm-hmm.
when you do the castings, make them play black characters.
Hey, listen, as much as I say I don't care about race bending, I always said I prefer, right? I want to see, and here we go, secondary character, but he's still John Stewart. I would
Um,
like to see that. You know what I mean? You say Static Shock, but I didn't grow up on Static Shock, so I
of
don't have
course.
any connection to him. I was way too old by that time to be watching like Static Shock and stuff, right? So I don't really have no connection to that. But Luke Cage, yeah, give me a Luke Cage. You know what I mean? Give me an original black character like that. Give me Steel. Would love to see a fucking Steel movie.
Let me
100%.
change your mind. Actually, can you turn the screen back to the two of us
Yeah.
because we're not reading? They got to appreciate all of this goodness. I got the goat right there. His number, LeBron
Oh
James.
yeah. No, 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 no. Hold on.
I'm joking. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. I'm kidding.
No, but you have 23, and the first number you went to was LeBron.
Yeah, it was a joke. Obviously, everyone knows
It
this is the
better
Michael
be.
Jordan.
Thank you. Okay, okay. Let's clear that up. Okay.
He might have been wearing number 6 when I bought this, maybe. So I was making a point. What was it about? It was really
You
important.
said,
I say some important shit too.
yeah, you were talking about how I said I made a good point with the sticking to the for the
Static.
history.
No,
Yeah.
no. Okay, look, with Static, when it comes to him, I
Oh,
want
mhm,
the most popular character to be launching. So if DC is gonna do Green Lantern, John Stewart, or Static, or who else do they have? Mr. Terrific. Out of that crew, I know that there were a bunch of 10-year-olds watching that cartoon for 3 seasons who are
mhm.
now in a money spending bracket. And that is probably why that character will be the best off of all the DC characters.
I got you. I got you. But that's why I said for me, I really never had that history with Static Shock. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'd rather see someone else different. But Miles Morales, you can give me him in a live action. I'll be fine with that too.
That
Because he
was
is
the
Spider.
tweet. It was the Miles Morales tweet where you said you're making those guys feel more better.
Uh yeah, yeah. Because
But
Miles Morales, he's Spider-Man.
but the fact is, just 60 seconds ago, no one brought up the character at all. But you brought him up right now, and the way you did was saying the words Miles Morales. You didn't say
Mhm.
Spider-Man. So even you, in your mind, in your deepest caucus of that race swap accepting brain of yours, Anzo,
That's not reason.
you called him Miles.
That's not the reason. Because I know with you, if I say Spider Man, you're going to, are you talking about Peter Parker or Miles Morales? So I want to be clear. I'm talking about Miles Morales. I have
Good
no
cover up.
issue. I have no issues with him being propelled over Peter Parker. And it's something that you said that they would never do.
It
And
would
they
never
are
happen.
doing it. But they're doing it.
Where?
It's Insomnia Comics. That's the post. And again, I it's Twitter shit, right?
Yeah.
So is it real? Is it not? Is it real? Is it not? But I did see an article where they said that Insomnia Comics, Miles Morales is going to be the main Spider-Man going forward. I'll see if I can find it.
Oh no, I believe you, and I think I saw something like that also. In
Yeah,
in the new video game that's called Spider-Man 3 will be a Miles game.
two.
Okay.
Spider-Man 2. Miles Morales, Spider-Man has actually his own game.
You're making my point for me
How? He
because
has
they
his own game.
yeah, and it's called Miles Morales Spider-Man. But when they made a second one with actual Peter Parker, they called it Spider-Man 2. Like it shouldn't have been
Okay,
Spider-Man 3
hold on,
because
hold on. No, 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 stop that, stop that. They called it Spider-Man 2 because they had a Spider-Man 1. Like he had his first game, right? Then they did the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and then this is the continuation to the first Spider-Man. So obviously they're gonna call it Spider-Man 2.
okay, I'm not gonna argue numbers with you, man. It's fine. It didn't work. It did. I mean, I can try these, and I know how hard you are on this stance. Why are we exploring it? Let's get back on topic though, because well, actually, I'm gonna leave in like 5 minutes. But
You gotta bounce in there.
yeah, but also Marvel's changing direction with the Jonathan Major stuff. That's what you started off when I jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing with Jonathan Majors, he's so good. I love him, talent, and I wish the best for him, the opportunities and stuff. It's just the story of Kang and time doesn't sit well with me. So I'm fine with them dismissing and leaving him.
God
And I know part
damn.
of it does have to do with his assault case of how like, oh, why do I got to deal with this
Yeah, yeah.
headache? I know some of it needs to deal with that, but like that'll be resolved on November 29th is when he starts. So by the time
Mm-hmm.
we get to Christmas time, when they do their big getaway summit of the holidays, they'll have an answer to that assault case trial and see if he gets charged with any one of the 5 charges he's being charged with, which is a bunch of malarkey, as we've covered extensively. He's the
Yeah,
one who
yeah.
dialed 911 himself, everybody, because his woman had a vomit on his bed, and he didn't even spend the night with her, and he just saw the text that she was gonna do something to her or hurtful. He,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? He dialed 911, helped up the woman. The cops came and they were like, "Oh, say that he choked you, say he strangled you." So we'll see the body camera, or the jury will see all that stuff. They'll make their decision. I hope they make the right decision. Um, so Jonathan and Doctor Doom replacing Kang is the answer for me. I don't care about how there's not a big build up. No, Doctor Doom would be a good replacement, just like David Quintana just said.
Hmm. Um, he probably would. I had said it before. I think I'm not a huge fan of Doctor Doom. I think he's a little bit overrated. But for me, it's more about finishing the story that you started. That's what I want them to do, right? I want them to finish that story. I mean, yeah, I get it. People weren't feeling Kang. They complain about the fucking ants and the ants did not beat Kang and all that bullshit, right? But they complain about that. I understand that 100%. But the Kang that we would have probably got in, the Dynasty, the Avengers movie would have probably been fucking amazing, right? Would have been like, oh my gosh, this Kang is so fire,
It would
right?
have.
So, right. So if they could, and that's what I'm saying, like just recast him and continue on doing what you're doing. Because to me, it seems like this is some DC crap. Oh, guys, not working out. Let's just reboot and try something different. So, and they did it in a way where you can bring Doctor Doom in and probably not miss a beat, but that's still gonna be like a storyline that's just unfinished to me. So,
Mm. When it comes to Kang, though, everyone's talking about Doctor Doom replacing him. Wouldn't it be like another time character that's related to the comic books? Like, there's people out there,
mhm.
and they can make an
Well,
insignificant guy popular. Kang was insignificant to the masses.
no, I get it. And Doctor Doom, to be honest with you, was a major part in Secret Wars, right?
Oh
Like at least
yeah,
so again, if they're gonna go that route, bring the Beyonder down or whichever one they're gonna do, I believe Doctor Doom is a major role in all of the Secret Wars that they have. So they can find some way to bring him in. And I guess with the announcing of the Fantastic Four, depending on when that movie takes place, if it's before Secret Wars, then you can introduce him then. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess there's a way they can do it.
I got you. Let me pull up the actual dates though, because Fantastic Four is before both Avengers movies.
Okay.
FF is scheduled for May of 2025, and then Avengers Kang Dynasty is May 2026. They have a whole year. Oh, and then Avengers Secret Wars is a whole year, May of 2027. That's gonna be
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, that's gonna be. I
Hmm.
hope in between the two Avengers movies they have an X Men movie. That'd be cool. Where we can follow the
Hmm.
X Men with Beast, see what Monica Rambeau is doing in there, and just follow the X Men for one movie. They could have a fire year, but the problem is that's 2025 and 2026. Like how we're getting older, Anzo. We
Yeah,
might
I
die.
know. I know. Before they finish this thing, I think about it all the time, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna die before Marvel finishes off at least
What can I do
let
to
me
make myself not die anymore quicker?
let me get to the reboot. You know what I mean? When they get to the reboot and everything is done, I'm like, okay, I can go now. But man, if you know what I'm saying? So
What a
it,
sight! I can go
it
now,
is.
just like the Undertaker at a casket match. That's what I'm picturing. Will I meet
Take
you
care,
before
man. Have
that?
a good stream. Huh? Oh,
I
for
said, will I
sure.
will I meet
100%.
you before that? When you said to Director
100%.
X, you're like, if we're ever in town, this and that.
Hmm.
So when are you going to be in town for Director X or for anything? Like when are you back in Toronto?
Um, I don't know yet. I have a lot of family out there, so I can just pop
Okay,
up and go anytime, right? So if I do, it'll probably be in the summertime because I ain't traveling nowhere in the winter.
smart man.
Take care, Chill. Thank you for popping in, man. Peace out. All right, so that was Chillmonger there. Good conversation. Oh, wait, hold on. I like this comment. Onslaught would take time to set up. They would, but that is definitely something I would like them to do. I would love to see Onslaught and I would love to see the Age of Apocalypse. If they did those two things, oh man, I would be ecstatic, right? And the thing is, with the multiverse stuff, you can do the Age of Apocalypse. You can just show a universe. You could just show a universe and show the Age of Apocalypse. Because I remember they had that cartoon, X-Men and the Wolverines. And when that season ended, the first season ended, it ended with the Age of Apocalypse because Cyclops was standing next to Apocalypse. He was one of the four horsemen, and he had his missing arm, his missing hand. Sorry, he had the long hair and had the visors like in Age of Apocalypse. And I was really looking forward to seeing them do that, and they pretty much didn't. So The new X-Men cartoon is coming out. I hope they do something like that in that. But yeah, I was really looking forward to that. So those are my two favorite comic books. Is the Onslaught comic book series. Well, actually, the Onslaught, the original Secret Wars, right? I don't really know about the last one or the one that they might use to make this one. I don't know about that one, but that one, Secret Wars, the originals, Age of Apocalypse, and the Onslaught. Those are like my favorite ones. So now let's get into the trailers, right? Because I don't got that much time left before I head over to the OOC. I actually stayed on here a little bit longer than I thought I would, but let's get to the trailer real quick. We're gonna do the What If one first, guys. What If season two? Let's do it.
This kid puts on quite a show.
I have eyes on the target. He does not look all that threatening.
Looks can be deceiving, Your Highness.
Are you sure you do not want any backup?
Nah, I'm great with
I'm
kids.
curious to know who that kid is, though. Kind of looks like the kid from Brightburn.
You thought the story was over. But it was only just beginning. I don't do sequels. Normally. But things have gotten a little twisted. In the multiverse.
Yeah, I was like, what? They're doing the Mario Kart? Okay. I'm down for that one.
Who is this handsome dog?
It looked like the fight on Wakanda. Shang-Chi. See, that's the other part I want to see.
I've been looking for you for a long time. Time. Just be careful. I don't think I can bear to narrate what might happen next.
Shit. God damn, I can't lie.
Darcy,
That
we
looks...
got a code red. The Avengers Tower's been overtaken.
On Christmas? What is this, Con Air? No, wait, Under Siege? No. Oh, that's not it.
Hey,
Die
John
Hard.
McClane, focus.
That's right. Oh shit! It's one every day. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Step.
I really like that. It's one every day. I could definitely get with that. Um, Franklin Richards, perhaps he can wrap reality and make sense of the multiverse. Oh, that would be interesting if they did that, right? Um, when he said, "I've been looking for you for a long time," his voice echoed time at the end. Yeah, I know it's gonna be tight, Poe. Like I liked the first, and I think they learned from their mistake from the first one, right? Because the first season had some episodes where it was just like, that's not too good. The Thor episode, that wasn't too good. But you had some bangers in the first season. Like I really enjoyed some of those episodes, and the Doctor Strange episode still is the best one. The last two with shit, Ultron and the Watcher, fire. I hope they give us something like that again in this one. But I'm 100% enjoying um the What If series. So I'm excited for it. I've always been a fan of the comic books, right? Like What If comics were I was always like, oh, new What If? Let me get this What If. Let me get this What If. So the shows so far is good. He has psychic powers too. Yeah, I hope, and I really do hope they start to bring in the X-Men because I would love to see um Professor X son Legion and them do some stuff with that. That would be fire. Okay, so the new T'Challa is voiced by whom? It's more American sounding. Um, well, to be honest with you, I didn't think a lot of the voices sound like the original actors. I'm not sure, but we all know it's definitely not Chadwick. So I don't know who they have doing the voice. I'll probably tell us when we get to the episodes. Um, is it going to be jarring? It might. You know what I mean? But at the same time, usually when you watch the animated cartoons, the voices are always different anyway. So as long as it sounds African, I guess I'll be okay with it. You guys need to let me know what you think about it. Poe said maybe Echo. What do you mean Echo, Poe? From the TV series? I don't know. We'll see. Um, I know they gave us the list of them. Maybe they did AI voices. I'm pretty sure if they did an AI T'Challa, it would sound a lot more like T'Challa. Maybe they didn't get the rights to his voice. I don't know, because AI wasn't really a thing when he passed away, right? At least it wasn't as big as it is now. So I don't know. I don't have a clue. Definitely be interesting though. 9 episodes every day. I think that is fire because, and I hope they drop at 9, right? Every day, 9 o'clock. Continue to drop those shows at 9 o'clock EST time so that I can watch them, do watch parties or whatever. But if they do, I'm going to be here for the what if 100%. Not sure what time Invincible drops tomorrow, but I may not be able to do that because I will stream with Terrence tomorrow. Yeah, so we'll see. But I definitely wanted to do the Invincible watch party. But to be honest with you, I didn't really like episode 2 of Invincibles. I just thought it was meh, So, and we do have one more trailer to check out. And I will bring this one up. It started already. Let me pause it. So they dropped the Madame Web trailer, and to be honest with you, I didn't even know this was a thing, right? When I seen the trailer, I think someone talked about it first, and I was like, you know what? Let me check out the trailer. So when I went on the trailer, I was watching, and I'm like, this can't be right. This can't be the trailer. This is some fan made shit, right? That's exactly what I thought when I seen it. So let's check it out and tell me what you guys think about it. To be honest with you, I'll go see it, but I'm not in no particular like I gotta go see this movie, My thing is about the Madame Web film is that it looks like fun, guilty pleasure. I know many don't like Sony Universe, but I'm excited. But that's good. I mean, if you like it, or if you think the trailer, I don't think the trailer looks 100% horrible, but the trailer doesn't. It looks like a CW show. You know what I mean? So it could be good, but we'll see. I doubt it. I don't know who that Black Spider-Man is or Spider-Man looking character is. I have no idea. So I think that's what's going to be good for me is that I'm going to go into it not really knowing anything about it, right? So that may help. You smoking up, bro. You need it for how bad your MCU is getting. This is an MCU film after all. Well, it's actually a Sony film. It's not an MCU film. It's a Sony film. It's in association with the MCU. They may connect it in some way to the MCU, right? Because all Spider-Mans is a multiverse. Just is what it is. You know what I mean? So if they do a connection in some sort of way, I'll be okay with it. I just don't know if it's going to be any good. Said I can understand it looks something CW in that comparison a little bit, right? But again, some of the CW shows are fire. Like I can't lie, I really enjoyed Flash first couple of seasons, Arrows the first couple of seasons. I really enjoyed Doom Patrol the first season that I watched. So some of that, Black Lightning, can't forget that. Black Lightning was fire. The actor is a great actor playing the Black Spider-Man. But who is it though? Who's playing him? Oh, the guy that just showed. Okay, yeah. I don't know him from anything, to be honest with you. I really don't know him from anything. Or at least I gotta go back and see. Didn't look familiar to me. So, but yeah, with that being said, guys, I do have the OOC to go to in a few minutes, so I will be closing it up. Thank you, everybody that came in and popped up. Thank you to Chill, who popped up on my stream before he had to bounce out. Nerdman, Damian Scott, Poe, LOWKEY, David Quintana, Bazo was in the house. Dewan was in the house. Tuckerverse was in the house. Elihu-Who was in the house. So appreciate you guys for popping in. You know, yo, he's in the serpent. I don't know what the serpent is, nerd man. Like you act like I watch the type of movies that you watch. I have no idea what the serpent is, and you said it's fire. Okay, well maybe I'll check it out. Who knows? I've been looking for a few things to watch, to be honest with you, so maybe I'll check it out. But with that being said, guys, I will see you on the OOC in about 10-15 minutes when my crew come in, and we got some good topics over there as well, so make sure you check it out. That being said, peace, love, and hair grease, and we'll see you on the next one.